So we are going to build one today because we don't have that in the standard library. We have arrays, we have dictionaries, we have sets, but we don't have linked lists. And you could also create double linked lists, which we are going to do. Go ahead, make sure to subscribe to the channel to watch out for that. But we don't have stacks, we don't have linked lists. We created a stack in the previous video. Now we're going to create our linked list. So let me just remove all of this, and maybe, just for reference, we leave this up over here. So first of all, we need to import foundation. So foundation, and let's create our linked list. You will see that I have some publics and some classes and final classes and all that. I'm building all of this out so you could just easily add it into a Swift package and use it in all of your projects. By the way, I also have a separate Swift package on my GitHub account. Go ahead and make sure to check it out. It's github.com/developer, and it's one of the pinned ones, Swift data structures, yes. So let's create our public final, so we don't mess around with it. It's just final. We can't initialize it outside of scope. It's just going to be final, and we're going to create a class. And you might be tempted to just go ahead and start with the linked list, but no, we are going to actually create the nodes. Remember this part. So this part, including the arrow, the pointer to our next node. That is a node, what I just highlighted. Class, and I'm just going to name this linked list node. You could just name it node, and in some tutorials it's just named node, but it's what type of node. We are going to talk about also doubly linked list nodes. So just linked list node. And it will have a value. Now the value, we're using generics right over here. It could be anything. In our case, we just have an int value, but it could be any type. Okay, let me just move this a little bit further down so we can see it a little better. Great. So what does a node has to contain? Well, it has to have a value and that pointer, that reference to the next node. So I'm going to make that also public var value, and that will be our value. And then finally our public var. We're always going to call this next, moving to the next. When we're going to talk about doubly linked things, there's also going to be a previous, like pref, but for now, it's just going to be next.